Right, I found the Barefoot sneaking around now. I should know because I come through these holes over the years, and Barefoot usually always have this spot, so I'm going to come and have a look at it. Now I'm not going to look at the two-berth one because basically the two-berth one's never really moved on as far as I'm concerned, apart from interior design. I'm going to have a look at this little three-berth one and see what I think. Right, I'm in the Barefoot Bothy, and the Bothy is a shelter that's usually stuck on the side of a mountain or hillside. People can take refuge in, and will this be the same with this Bothy? It's a three-berth, it's the Barefoot, and of course it's a model I looked at about 5-6 years ago, but they hadn't got a name for it then. In fact, I think the back end was actually two studio chairs and a table, and nobody really took much note of it. But people are looking at it, people are finding it very cute, and someone said it's a camper van without a toilet, and that's probably quite true. Right, so let's have a look. What do I think? Well, this is 25k starting off price, and you can start seeing where they have actually been taking things out to keep the price down, i.e. the roof got this felting on it straight onto the GRP. I presume this felting is insulation. This ladies just point out there's no fridge. No, there isn't. It's just a little cool box basically. And of course you've got no oven as such, but you've got electric rings, so you must make sure that you are on a site with electricity, otherwise you're pretty stumped. Little sink and no drainer, of course. Might be a little clip-on drainer somewhere. Let's get you onto the thing. Got a mirror here. You say this is your little, electrical stove. You could always take a microwave, I suppose. Storage wise, you've got storage here at the back end underneath the seat, which will convert into another bed, but you have to be fairly small to get on there, so it's more for a child than anybody else. Some very nice switchy cushions here. Looks very trendy. As I say, that's where most of your storage is going to be. You've got storage in here, in the drawers, etc., the cupboards. There we go. So a bit of work surface there, not work surface here because that's gone because of your cool box basically. You've got these little storage baskets which are alright, but apart from that you've no overhead storage whatsoever, so that is a bit of a downer, I think, personally. When it comes to more storage, you've got some underneath the seats here, but they've done a bit of a Swift base camp special. They've taken actually the seat bases away and just put those metal stanchions there. It saves a bit of weight, it saves a bit of cost as well. We've got the captain's swivel table in there, so people can sit around it. You can swivel it around, whatever, take that out, and you've got more space. Lighting wise, now I thought somebody put the lights out in here, but no, this is the lighting levels, and I would suggest that they need some more lighting in this back end because it is quite dismal at the back here. As I say, you can see where there has been some cost cutting. Now, who's it meant for? Well, it's meant for somebody who wants a cute little caravan. They're not going to be Mr. and Mrs. Average Caravaner by any means. They're going to be somebody who just likes the look of it, and hopefully you like the look long enough to keep it for another couple of years. As I say, it's 25k. The two-berth versions are more like 36, 37k, which is obviously quite expensive. But the GRP shell itself is absolutely made out of fantastic quality GRP, and that is very expensive to produce. Now, there's plenty of people looking in here. So we've got a little control panel, we've got our little main socket there, USB port, 12 volt socket. But as I say, the spot lamps really do not give it enough light. I don't think it does need some more ceiling lights. You've got the touchy-feely light there. There we go. As I say, there's a few hooks there, but storage are going to be very limited. You're going to have to travel light. And talking about light, this is about 750 kilos, which is ideal for cars that are very small, of course, and also these new EV cars, which obviously people don't want you really to tow with, and they're not designed for towing, but you could probably get away with this. Nice big side window here, and yeah, so let's have a bit of a summary what I think about this, because Obviously there's no loo in here, and you do get a little porta potty that goes underneath the back end here. If you get caught short in the night, you have to do it here in the van, or you can do the old-fashioned way, have a tent, a loo tent outside, toilet tent as we used to call it in the old days. And I don't know if a lot of sites would allow that these days, to be quite honest with you. So you have to go hot running across to the toilet block, or do it in here. And of course, washing, you will have to go across the toilet block. But I like the concept, I like the idea, and if you're a Barefoot fan, then this may be your bag. If you've got fed up with the 2-berth version and you want to take your grandchild with you, then there you go, you've got that extra bed at the back there. But yeah. Another thing, this layout is very old layout. It's a layout that was brought out in the 1930s and it was very popular up until the 70s, when a lot of manufacturers actually dropped this layout because people wanted a toilet in the Caravan. So what they did, the 10'6" Caravan became 11 foot, and that enabled manufacturers then to put a toilet compartment in. So this really killed this layout off. By the late 70s, this layout was virtually non-extinct and would never, in today's fashion of trends of layouts, ever come back again, except on special things like this. So let's have a quick little chat. Right. Whew. It's very warm in here. So what do I think? Well, as I say, they did do this a few years ago, and at the back here it was just like a table and chairs almost. And I said, look, is this what you're going to produce? And no, nobody's interested in it. And now they've come with this to the both, because I think really the thing with the Barefoots is, if you're a Barefoot owner from say 3 or 4 years, you want to change up your van, they've done all the interiors differently, they've given you exterior differences, but at the end of it, they've not made a larger version. And there's one very good reason for that, is because to do that, the moulds was cost a phenomenal amount, and because of the amount of caravans these produce, it would take them years to get that money back. And I'm sure they've only just really paid for the costings on these moulds, of truth to know, which are absolutely excellent. What do you think of the build quality? The build quality is fine, but as I say, if I had any drawbacks, I definitely think the roof with all the panels of this felt doesn't look good. I think the lighting at the back needs definitely looking to. It needs a proper light at the back there. The electric cooker, yeah, okay, you are going to be obviously on mains electrics. Storage space is okay, but I think really you are buying this Caravan, maybe your heart's buying it, not over your head. Now Andy, are you being cruel? I hope not, because I do like the Barefoots and I think they really do a good job. But I think, could I dare say this and say it's maybe a poor man's Barefoot 2-berth, because it just doesn't have that fit and finish as the more market 2-berth one does. On that score, I will leave you and let you think, and please leave your comments and tell me what you think. I'm at the NEC show. They've got a little lady on it. She was here last time. Can you see through the window? She's Mrs. Barefoot, I call her. She'll sell you a Barefoot and tell you can use it for anything. She told me, oh, she said you can put it in the garden, you can use it as an office. I thought, yeah, I know. She was really doing the best. I said, you can't sell me one. You know, I review them on these. But plenty of people look in this. Look at that, all looking in. And it is creating a buzz on the Barefoot stand. I do hope they do alright with it. As I say, I think 1 or 2 things are in need of rectifying. I don't know how big the market is for a 3-berth version of this. I think the last layout I saw this is in one of the Freedom Caravans, and that really didn't sell very well. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. On that note, I better go. See you on the next one.